suddenly piece yourself back together now. What's your vision?
COG Championships, NoVa versus Sacred. Carrier domination for the first round. We expect this to be a very good game, as it is the two best teams. We're looking at Complex capturing the A flag, a little bit of YY action in there. And I am talking with Aquamania, who is codcasting for the first time, so please bear with him. But we're going to go on board with Fear Me at the B flag. He will capture on the B flag. What are you expecting between these two teams, being it domination on Carrier, something that they maybe aren't as adjusted to playing?
I'm expecting Sacred to try and push them back and push them into the spawn trap.
And eventually pull off a swarm, or is that not on the agenda?
I think the swarm is on the agenda. I don't know if it'll happen, though. Breezy is a former Sacred member, and I don't think he wants that to happen.
I don't know that he would totally be in agreement with giving up a swarm here. And additionally on NoVa we have Mars Envy playing for the first time. That's something you don't expect to see a player playing for the first time in the championship nonetheless. We're going to go back on board with Complex on the 2 streak. He goes down. Go on board with Breezy for NoVa here. Type 25, and that's a gun that we almost never see.
Maybe one of the most beautiful head glitches I've ever seen.
That is a really good location, I suppose, yeah. But B is so hard to seemingly capture in this map, so NoVa holding early will be good.
NoVa is playing surprisingly well right now.
And Exist has changed his gamer tag. And Exist has changed his gamer tag from just simply Exist to God Exist, because he always used that clan tag anyways. And it looks like Sacred is losing A, but they do continue to... Oh, they do lose A. They lost A.
Yeah, it looks like they were just switching home sides right there.
I'm going to go on board with the Epic Kid, who goes down nearly immediately. They have other people at B. Nope, they're all down. Epic Kid's running that care package streak that he mostly disagrees with because of the incidents of the Gridiron game. He mostly disagrees with the care package.
Wow, they're just bombarding that B flag.
And right now it's very close to 2-point gap, with Sacred being up by 2. Go on board with Psych Air, picking up that kill right there. Weapon swaps and can't pick up the other kill. Breezy will take him down. Go on board with Mars, scoping out that B area, currently smoked.
I don't see NoVa taking the B flag this round, but next round they're probably gonna have to capture early into this for a while.
Yeah, right now they're down by 6, but that gap is expanding. Oh, they actually just made a move at B. Exist is on a 5 streak, however, and he just called in his lightning strike, not running the care package. Most members of Sacred seemingly don't. And he's running a AN94 with burst, something that you see very rarely, in my opinion. But maybe that's just me. Breezy, I don't think we've seen a swarm from him the entire season, but it's always been that possibility where he gets close enough where, there's that chance. But Exists now on a 9 streak. He's continuing to run his streak. 22 bullets only left for him, so he's going to have to pick up somebody else's weapon here at some point. Oh, he goes down. And we haven't seen enough, if anything, from Mars to really know what he's capable of, but based on his streaks, his 2 streaks being low, and then having that 3rd streak be the swarm, I feel like his streaks are too spread out to be effective to carrying from one into the other.
And I personally played with Mars before. He's a good player, but his strong suit is search and destroy, and I just don't know if he'll be able to play to his top performance level at carrier domination.
Whereas Exist is a good opposite to that, being Well, him and Hayes both are rather poor at non-respawn game modes. Go with the Epic Kid on the 1 streak, just picks up an M8 and goes down for the final kill cam. NoVa down by 20 points heading into round 2. Domination on carrier. That's Exist picking up the final kill cam on the Epic Kid.
Probably could have been killed right there.
Yeah, his screen was getting pretty red. And that could have simply just been a connection thing, really. And Cake Shooter's at B. Cake Shooter goes down at B. Fear Me was at B. He goes down as well. Complex is at B.
Epic Kid takes out Breezy, which is easy.
Ooh, and the team kill ends up causing some issues there. Exists now on a 3 streak. Goes down. Fear Me at B. Really trying to get something going, and he goes down trying to make that capture. Cake Shooter. Well, and seemingly anybody who moves in at B seems to just go down immediately. Exists trying to hold out the outside area around it, so his team can make a move in, taking out those defenders. His team's just not getting in there. Fear Me's in there though now. But can he hold it? Semtex is out and he can't hold on to it. Fear Me just couldn't stay alive long enough. And then Sykes now there. And they really just can't seem to make a hard enough push, and they're still up, but now they're only up by 10 points. So they can't continue on this. Fear Me is just trying to make a recapture of A. They were triple capped on, I believe. And Exists the only person with any streak of any sort for Sacred. Sacred really struggling this round. And he nearly, if not did, oh, he did not take out Complex. Mars goes down with the Scorpion. And haven't seen any streaks really this round. Well, there's a Hellstorm for Psych, and that's going to be really the first streak of any kind we've seen this round. So we'll hopefully see him at least pull out that care package. Oh, he has the Lightning Strike as well. All fairly low streaks, and he is able to get them all. Calls in the Lightning Strike, and now the Hellstorm as well. Hitting them both nearly at the same time. I don't know how effective that's going to be. Gets 2 kills between them both, and also picks up a Guardian, which on this map is very effective at that B flag. And they have control of that B flag, and they're really going to want to hold on to it. So we'll see where he places that Guardian. That Guardian can be so protected and so dangerous inside that plane. He's already getting suppression points. And with that Guardian, that could be the total game changer. They're up by 11 points and just need to keep that B flag, and they can pull this thing off. And with that Guardian there, I think they can do it.
I'm surprised to see no one on NoVa running
That is strange. Most teams at least have one player doing that. I'm going to look at Epic trying to sneak up around the back, maybe at A. No. Yes, he is sneaking up on the back towards A. And is now going to try and take A, but goes down almost.
Being triple capped, and it looks as if Sacred's probably going to take this game.
And at the rate this is going, with it being, you know, just a 15-point gap, but only needing 35 more to win, I think it's all but over. I think our expectations that Sacred would win are going to end up coming right here. Looking at Mars trying to hide behind there. Oh, he picks up the MSMC for some reason instead of his AN. 30 seconds now, and this game is mathematically over. Well, I think at this point it's mathematically over. That there's absolutely no chance for a comeback. So Mars doesn't even realize that flag's being challenged. Oh, now he gets him.
Honestly, though, both teams played great, and considering it was Mars' first game, he did pretty well.
Yeah.
This is the championship game, game 2 of the COG championships.
This is NoVa,
Versus NoVa.
correct. And this is best of 3, so it all comes down to this. If Sacred would win, it would be all over for NoVa's championship hopes. But Sacred would, you know, if Sacred lost, they'd be losing their undefeated season. So that would be an impressive loss to them as well. And it is already a 4v1 Psych Air, the only guy left for Sacred. And we're going to take a look at him. He's able to take out... Who did he take out? He took out the Epic Kid, but he will now go down and... Just an absolute train wreck of a round if you're Sacred.
Honestly, doesn't surprise me. I mean, NoVa has a great team playing third right now.
And Sacred's more of respawn game mode only, which they were not aware of the mode or map rotation prior to this. So the next game mode will more than obviously be a respawn game mode, as they're not going to be playing 2 search and destroys. So even if NoVa would win, they'd still have to deal with a respawn game mode coming up next.
So I feel like there's certain respawn game modes where NoVa can win,
But then again, the Exist did drop a swarm on NoVa in the first week, so you know, there's that.
different NoVa teams, though. They've gotten better in different modes.
But the swarm is still, like we said last game, a possibility. And it is already a 1v3. Legit kills the only guy left for NoVa. And Legit goes down, so the lopsided early... It's becoming... These 2 rounds have became lopsided very early. 3v1, we saw 4v1 prior to this. And we saw Exist actually barely avoid being killed on other final kill cams, so it seems like his connection is probably playing a little bit of an effect into this. Nobody takes the bomb for NoVa. Cake Shooter will head back for it. And Cake Shooter lagging now hard.
Like arrogant, not just pick off on
And now he takes out his MSMC.
I feel like sniper picks are important. They set the tone for the whole round.
And that's how you end up with these lopsided. Now we're looking at another 3v1 early. Just as the last round was 3v1, 4v1 before that. And Psych Air will take out Cake Shooter. Psych is on fire, in my opinion, this round. He was the last guy left in the first round. He's making plays here in the third round. Cake Shooter's jump shot is just off the mark.
Cake Shooter didn't really see where he was.
He just tried to pull the jump shot and then pretty much aim anywhere. But we're going to take a look at the scoreboard, and we do have Psych Air at the top of the Sacred scoreboard. 3-1, big plays from him.
Like, this is getting close to the 3.
And they give Psych the bomb here to carry, as he has been their top guy.
I think this wasn't bold enough to run the swarm and search and destroy.
Well, and that's, I mean, it's a bold statement, but I don't see it happening for anybody, no matter how good you are. And Psyche are the only guy left. Another 1v3 in these...
Bomb detonation can really
Get you points. Continually lopsided rounds early. Psych trying to pull the sniper pick off and can't quite do it. Quickly retreats. And they come up behind him. It is now 2-2. Epic Kid with that final kill cam.
There has been no close round.
It's lopsided, and it gets lopsided early. Every round has been a 4v1 or a 3v1, and it's just one person being put in the hot seat, and they seemingly never really have any chance. I don't think we've seen anybody in a 3v1 actually get a kill yet in that situation. It's probably just so overwhelming. Yeah, and Cake Shooter going to grab that bomb. I don't expect to see a massive 3v1 clutch from any of these players. The competition is simply too tight. And Cake Shooter really trying to get that M8 fired in there. Get some hit markers, but cannot pick up the kill. This round might be closer. Epic is on a 3 streak. The only notable streak, working his way towards the RCXD. And he goes down off that RCXD. Gonna look at Complex now. 1 streak. That's not really gonna cut it on that way to the care package anytime soon, but you should see that man to his left. There they are, and he doesn't get the kill picked up. With Exist being the only guy left, and Exist will go down. And again, Exist constantly in close scenarios, guessing his connection has something to do with it. And that was, yeah, Mars nearly goes down, but somehow survives that. So connection in the UK, always a little bit worse. So 3-2 in favor of Nova. Psych Air.
Their connection is bad. Their connection to us is bad.
Okay, yes, that is true. It's simply a US host, so they are going to struggle because of that. You know, we haven't seen a bomb plant, I don't think, at all, correct?
Ours is running around with a variable
And we've seen it. We've seen a player on Gridiron actually use that very successfully in the past. And I didn't really know that an XBR-50 would be used nearly at all. I always thought it was a more underpowered weapon.
With the XBR-50, a lot of people,
Epic Kid gets Complex. That's not knifed. Final kill cam is something we really don't see. 4-2. Nova with a pretty big lead and really no appearance of turning down. Looking at the scoreboard right now, Epic is 8-4, and he is the leader amongst all of these guys. Psych Air was at 1.3-1, and he has now fallen all the way to 3-4. He's on a 3-round death streak. We'll take a look at Mars again, the bomb carrier seemingly always for Nova. But I am... Oh, the 6th streak. Now he has the care package. And I'll be curious to see what's in that care package next round. Nova will pick up the round. He is 5-2. Epic will probably make a move quick with that care package, get that out, and use it in an attempt to try and pull off a win for that last round, to get out of here with a forced 3rd round. So let's take a look at Epic. But then we head back to a respawn game mode, and then things get a little bit more shaky for them. And what do we have? We have a Hellstorm missile for the Epic Kid. And that RCXD, and you'd think he'd want to be making moves on using those. There's only 2 people left on Sacred right now, and you'd think he would be trying to... And here comes the Hellstorm. He sees his targets. Can he get them both? He gets them both! Oh! A big play by the Epic Kid to end the game. We're going to go to round 3 here in the championships. The one in the corner doesn't even move. Just hoped for it to miss. Nice double by the Epic Kid, and we're going to go to round 3 here in the COG Championship. A long way for this, the last game of the COG season, exempting the All-Star game from listing that, but it is the last game of the COG season for sure. It is the third round of a best-of-3 championship series with NoVa and Sacred, and Epic Kid gets a quick double right off the bat, and this is hard point on Nuketown 2025. This is going to be a really, really wild one. It is just, it's quick kill after quick kill, and you get quick killed is pretty much what this is. It is so fast-paced right now. It is ridiculous. I think the highest streak I've seen so far is 3 by Fear Me right there. And Cake Shooter now coming out with the RCXD. He got a little bit of a... blows up the RCXD instantly and kills himself.
I don't believe that was his force explosion. I think a grenade hit him or something.
That was one of the more wild RCXD moves I've seen in a while. Psych is in the hard point for Sacred, who has just pulled out a lead now. Hard point will swap random rotations, however there's only 4 hard points on Nuketown. Breezy on a 4 streak, playing a little bit more conservatively away from that hard point. Picks up that hipfire kill with the Type 25. And we're going to head off of Breezy because he's not really in the play. Oh, we go on to Psych Air just to find out he isn't really in the play either. Complex down in that hard point. Grenade comes out. He gets a kill with the Scorpion, but that's not enough. Fear Me's back in that hard point for him. Who? Breezy? Breezy, I believe, is on his way to the Lightning Strike. And I'm assuming he's already used that Hellstorm. I didn't see him use the Hellstorm. I'm under the impression that he already used the Hellstorm.
Yeah, I haven't seen him use either, so I really don't know what's crazy for that.
And
Like it's moving up too fast with the swarm, so it's probably
Breezy playing extremely conservatively, trying to get a swarm or something going here. He has 9 kills. He is not even really pressing that hard point. He's just hanging out on the outside, trying to pick people off. But Sacred is all over that hard point, and now has taken over a 30-point lead. Oh, excuse me, it's now less than a 30-point lead. Particularly if you're Cake Shooter and you're telling, Breezy, get actually playing and stop, hanging out, trying to camp on a streak, and he goes off that streak. And that's even more frustrating is when he spent all that time trying to lead up to that streak, trying to pull off something big, and then just couldn't do it. I'm not even quite sure he even got his Lightning Strike, though I'm under the impression that with 9 kills you would definitely have a Lightning Strike by then. Legit in that hard point for NoVa. Yeah, NoVa's quickly coming back into the game. They're actually taking a hard point now. But now Psych is quickly back on it for Sacred. Some quick firing with that Scorpion, but it's not enough. Cake Shooter and the rest of them are back in the hard point for NoVa. Just absolute, ridiculously fast-paced playing right here. Cake Shooter does have that RCXD. Hopefully he won't blow it up on himself this time.
Oh, he picks up that kill wall. Or he did pick up that kill wall, but this is 5 and 14 right now.
And that is something that we absolutely never see from Exist. 6 and 15. A real struggle here for him on Nuketown. We've seen him do swarms, and he is just not on his game in this game. And maybe it's just the gun. Maybe it's just the MSMC. But I don't know. He is just not on it right now. He goes down from behind, 6 and 17, advancing towards a 1/3 KD, a .333 is what he's starting to look like. And that is dangerous for Sacred, just not having one of their players hold their weight at all.
Pulling a chimp right now.
He's pulling a unleaded chimp right now, and that's just I mean, that's the reason why Ambition didn't win a game. And now you're looking at Sacred has not lost a game yet and is in danger of losing tonight. They are up by just 10 points.
This is a very exciting game.
Ridiculously close, and I think of other ridiculously close games here on Nuketown Hardpoint. I think back to Ambition versus Mercs, which was a game that Ambition actually won. It was a preseason game, but it was down to the wire with Ambition losing the entire game until they won at the last second, and pretty much upset Mercs so bad they seemed to just quit the league after that.
Flex just, he almost completely took out.
Legit trying to move in on this hard point, a 7-point gap. This is getting intense now. The gap is closing. 4 minutes remain. And 4 minutes is going to give you somewhere around 240 possible points to earn, so both teams could reach the 200-point maximum easily, but it's whether or not either team will. Well, and they're so common, I mean, especially, I mean, you even look at kids on a double XP weekend, they're using those hiding spots, so they're not a particular power position, really, as far as people, I mean, not knowing them. They're so well known that people seem to just be able to pick them out. It's better than being exposed, true. Cake Shooter is in that hard point, his team down by 10.
I'm really surprised when you don't see more people running attack now.
Yeah, I did see just a few. I believe one on NoVa was, but really in a close matchup like this, with the hard points being so close together and so much stuff being thrown,
I feel like either team in attack round should
be a big difference maker. Yeah, because there's so much stuff being thrown by both teams.
are being stopped just by the sun of the game.
And it's increasing their value all that much more when nobody is really blocking them.
Has taken the lead.
NoVa has taken the lead. No, 129 to 129. Sacred is able to take it back. Exist is in the hard point. Exist 17 and 26. That's a lot better than a .333 KD. So Exist kind of making moves here, getting better. Not at the kind of game you'd expect from him, but better.
Attempted to team kill.
Cake Shooter in that hard point, trying to get that 8-point gap closed up again, and it's closing quickly. RCXE for Cake Shooter, and he gets stopped just before the 140. I don't know if we could have a much better end of the season than Hardpoint on Nuketown with the way this game is going. And Sacred is splitting this thing open even harder. Now it's a 13-point gap. It was as low as, well, it was tied even at one point. And this gap is splitting open. Exist misses on that knife. I'm not quite sure how he missed on that knife. Okay, yeah, Complex picking up 2 there, but oh, Breezy particularly in the beginning of the game, but not so much now, was playing so hard for streaks that it was damaging his team as a whole.
And this is once again, this game is tied.
155 to 155, just 1 minute left. Sacred coming out now, up by 3.
Look at Exist now. He's now 27 and 31, almost positive.
Oh, that's an epic comeback by Exist, 29 and 31. And let's take a look at the Epic Kid and those streaks. Hellstorm and Lightning Strike. He's waiting for an outdoor hardpoint, but he's not really going to have time. 40 seconds left. His team down by nearly 30, but they're shrinking the gap quickly. Was that a team? Did they kill the whole team with that? I think he got all 4 with that Lightning Strike. And some quick moves here. 30 seconds left. 16-point gap. This is going to become...
All they have to do is sit and wait.
This is going to become very close, legit here. And it's impossible now. Sacred will go undefeated this season, taking the COG championships. And
Just did not find it.
it's so well played by both teams. We got to give the hands up to Sacred with the undefeated season. Congrats to both teams for making it this far. Congrats to the league for actually making it this far. Great job, everyone. Great job to all the players. Here's the scoreboard here at the end.